Well, from new beginnings to endings and the ending of an incredible test career, that of Jacques Kallis. 166 tests, 13,289 test runs at an average of 55.37. Herchelle, I can see even that blows your mind. An incredible career, undoubtedly one of the greatest batsmen, certainly, and all-rounders of all time.
Yeah, unbelievable numbers. Great servant of the game and of the sport, not only for South Africa but of world cricket. So deserves all the accolades and all the the praises and everything that goes with it. Achieved everything there is in the sport, and I would like to have seen him go out in front of his home crowd at Newlands. But yeah, I mean, he chose not to. But yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable career, and definitely for me the greatest all-rounder of the modern era, for sure.
How difficult is it making that decision, getting to that point?
Well, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I think a man that has achieved so much. I mean, he obviously made a decision, but I'd like to have seen him gone out, in front of his home crowd. But I don't know. Maybe he had enough. I mean, what more was there for him to accomplish? I think there was another 3 tests maybe against Australia. At the end of the day, it becomes a numbers game, but yeah, he's barred out with 100. There's not too many that can actually say that. And yeah, just a very fitting way. And the way they came back, from the first innings, with regards to that game, just to come back and win it like that was unbelievable.
And his personal context, his form going into that hadn't been that fantastic. So to have that kind of turnaround, clearly there was something there, a bit of an emotional surge, something caught on the day.
Yeah, I mean, and he's been a true professional throughout his career, and I think his consistency was even better than the great Sachin Tendulkar. Had he probably played as many tests, he would have probably maybe 70 test hundreds. You never know,
Not all of us can start at 16 years old playing on the highest level.
Yeah.
It's good that you mentioned that. Sachin Tendulkar actually tweeted something quite nice. He said, "It's been a joy to have played against you. Jacques, you are a true champion. Retired life isn't so bad." And I would imagine he would have gone through withdrawal as well. So what do we need to do in that test team? Who is there to fill his boots? Who becomes the next stalwart?
What I'd like to see is that maybe they get, they give someone else, maybe a Quinton de Kock, get rid of AB as far as the keeping duties are concerned. I was always against AB keeping wicket. You're such a fantastic athlete, great fielder. Maybe just concentrate on his batting rather than, the keeping duties too.
Would you have liked to have seen Quinton in the test side?
No, I think you can't just give places, you got to earn it, I think, at the end of the day. As much as he's done well in the ODI setup, unbelievably
pretty much
well.
Hasn't put a foot wrong,
I think his time will come. He's still very young, and his time will come. He's got to earn that place. I think, obviously, Faf is probably the leading contender. I think I'd like to see him maybe push, go up to number 3. And then you can have someone like a Quinton de Kock with the keeping duties at maybe number 6. Like a Adam Gilchrist sort of role, So I think that will eventually come. I think our bowling department take care of itself. So we can have, it was just an exception to have a player of the caliber of Jacques Kallis who do it with bat and ball, So we can do 6 specialist batters, and we got our bowlers. So I think in time to come, I think Quinton will eventually get there.
Yeah, from your mouth. Straight up, I'm sure Quinton is listening as well. Buddy, thank you so much for joining us. Look forward to having you on as a regular cricket expert, certainly when Australia return to South Africa and that battle resumes. It's going to be a cracker.
That should be good, and it'd be nice to just put them in their place yet again.
I think so, yet again, he says. From a man who's done just that. Great to have Herchelle Gibbs here to kickstart 2014.